CCNA Cyber Ops certification session where we are going to talk about classify attacks, exploits, and vulnerabilities. When classifying attacks, exploits, and vulnerability, you must understand the definition of each term. A vulnerability is a flaw or a weakness in a system. An exploit is a method of leveraging a vulnerability to do harm. And an attack is an attempt to exploit a vulnerability. Attack may be successful or unsuccessful, depending on the level of vulnerability on the system. Either way, they are still attack. So let's take a closer look. We will start with the discussion of client-side versus server-side attack. I am sure you have heard of the term client-server many times, and to most we think about some host connecting to a server, such as in the case of an endpoint using browser to surf the web. The term the user puts in a URL in the address field and the browser sends out a request for the web page, and the web page responds displaying its content. If we think a little deeper into the term client-server, we could really extract that the server and the client can both be endpoint. The main difference is an administrator logs into the server and end user log into the client. Even though the server are typically exposed to the internet, they are usually hardened in anticipation of server-side attacks. Internal clients are not directly exposed to the internet. However, end users are vulnerable to social engineering and in turn vulnerable to client-side attacks. Remote exploits versus local exploits are based on the level of access to a given system. In a remote exploit, prior access to the target system is not necessary in order to exploit a potential vulnerability. However, with a local exploit, the threat actor typically gains access to an account on the system in order to exploit a vulnerability. This can also lead to privilege escalation. This is where an attacker may use social engineering to implement the attack. Common vulnerability scoring system or CVSS is used for both client-side and server-side attacks, regardless of whether they are remote or local exploit. CVSS is a vendor-neutral industry standard that conveys vulnerability severity using 8 metrics. The attack vector can be either across the network or limited to an adjacent network. It may also require local account access or even physical access for the threat actor. Attack complexity is either low or high, which requires a measurable amount of preparation. Privilege required can be none, low, which is basic user privilege, or high administrator privilege. User interaction can include none or required in order to carry out the exploit. Scope includes unchanged, where the exploit only affects the vulnerable system, or change, where the exploit affects resources beyond the system. Confidentiality includes none with no loss, and confidentiality low with a partial loss of confidentiality, or high where there is a total loss of confidentiality. Integrity includes none with no loss of integrity, low where the threat actor has limited control, or high where there is a total loss of integrity. Finally, availability includes none where there is no loss of availability, low where there is a degradation in availability, and high where there is a total loss of availability and has a high impact. See you on next tutorial. Thank you.